Did you see the USA Volleyball women's smackdown of China? And before I get into this, USA women and China women in volleyball are ranked in the top 3 in the world. I actually believe they're 1, 2, but I'm not sure. But I do know they're ranked 1 and 2 in the world. Team USA's women dominated them for the most part. There were close moments where China looked like they had an opportunity to pull away. Christina says it perfectly. USA was on a mission. These USA women, I wish I knew most of their names because a couple of these chicks look like they should be in the WNBA dunking on people, okay? These girls have easily a 30-inch vertical. They spike the ball. I wouldn't get in the way of their spike, all right? That's how hard these girls can hit the ball. China kept pulling away by like 3-4 points, and then Team USA was responding with these 6-0 runs to take the lead back and then would never give it back. Christina puts in the chat room, and actually I would never want to experience it, but imagine getting bitch slapped by one of those women. No thank you. They probably knocked the teeth out of your mouth. She puts, it was 2 points the last 7-point match. Oh, she said, okay. I watched the first 2 matches. I actually was more, I was caught up with doing stuff for the website yesterday, and I kept glimpsing over and watching that as well as watching the Uruguay men versus Great Britain in soccer. That was also a really good game. But the women's volleyball indoors. Now, you know, my buddy Pixel Junkie mentioned on Monday how awesome it was watching the women Brazil versus Germany play their beach volleyball. And I'm with you. Beach volleyball is pretty cool. It's 2-on-2, it looks a little more challenging. But these women in the indoor volleyball are out of this world talented. I actually think they could give some of the men volleyball teams a run for their money. You know, I gotta say that much. Shout out to our buddy Liz who just made the chat room. I call her friend. Me and her go back almost 10 years now. Great girl, awesome. Her boyfriend Brian, also a great man. But either which way, you know, look, if you get a chance to watch women's volleyball, especially Team USA women's volleyball, check them out. And this goes to our listeners that are out there in different countries. If we have anybody out there listening to us as well, if you guys get a chance, seriously, check out the USA women's volleyball team. They will impress you. And if they don't impress you, then your standards for volleyball are a lot higher than any other person I have ever interacted with. I think that it's impressive, and it's also fun to watch because they work as a team. The way they set each other up with the one that jumps up for the fake spike, and then out of nowhere comes the other one for the second spike. It's very impressive in my opinion. I really don't think there's any other way to say it. Christina, you're awesome today, helping me out with the Olympic talk. USA men, I think it was men's rowing, 4th place yesterday. Didn't look like they really wanted to be there, and I actually think that's a fair opinion, to be honest with you. Sometimes you get these guys that get there, and some of them are satisfied with the idea that they made it. And that's awesome, because you can still say, I was an Olympian. I made it to the Olympics. I competed in the Olympics. But it's so much better to go home with a medal, isn't it? I don't care if it's a bronze, silver, gold. Let's be honest here. If you get to go home with an Olympic medal, you achieve something that a very, very small percentage of this world has achieved in the 100-plus years history of the Olympics. It's once every 4 years. They hand out, there's 205 countries competing this year. Nowhere near will every country win a medal. Sarah F. and Levy mentions, especially if you're 16 years old. A lot of these people competing are kids. Michael Phelps started at 15. We found out yesterday, me and Joey, that the rule is if you're going to turn 16 in the year of the Olympics, you can compete. Other than that, it's 16 or older. That's it. Christina puts that the younger competitors have more heart than the older crowd. I don't know if I'd say they have more heart. What I would say is that I think the younger crowd has more ambition. I think, there you go, more hungry. I think the younger crowd looks at it as, I don't know if I'll ever be here again. Where some of the older crowd, they might have medals already, and they might be like, oh, I've done this before. I don't really care if I go home with another medal. Sarah puts the gymnastics girls have accomplished more than she has in 27 years. Look, I wouldn't go that far. All right, these girls may have a gold medal around their neck for winning gymnastics, but how great of a social life do they have? How many friends outside of the gymnast people do they have? What happens to them after gymnastics? Let's be honest, gymnastics, you don't see many women in gymnastics in their 30s. It's just true. There's the number that can do it is so slim it's not even funny. And that's how I look at it. You got to understand that they are successful in a competition standpoint. They'll bring in money, as Sarah points out in our chat room, in endorsements. And I get that, but we all understand money is only so much in life. If you are not happy with what you are as a human being, all the money you have means absolutely nothing. Nothing. How many celebrities, how many stars, how many people worth millions of dollars in 5 years after they're out of the spotlight are flat broke, in rehab, in jail, or even worst case scenario, are dead? All right, I'm just saying, they've accomplished a lot. I am extremely proud of them, especially since they represent our country, and more props to them, and I hope they can continue success in their lives. But I don't sit here and say, I don't feel that they're more accomplished than I am, or I'm more accomplished than they are. What I do know and what I do feel is that I wake up every morning, I come here, I don't make a penny for it, and yet I'm the happiest man alive when I get here. I am happy as all hell when I leave here, and I get to go home and work on the website and break down videos. That stuff makes me happy. There's not a penny in my pocket from doing it, but there will be, because I love it, and I'm going to keep going with it. But you know what? I want to get back into the Olympic stuff, so you guys in the chat room keep going. I'm going to hop in and chat with you guys in the chat room. What I'm going to do, though, is we're going to hit our first music break of the day.